Hi, I'm Luke Chow from the Morpheus Clinic for Hypnosis in Toronto, Canada, where we make hypnosis make sense. This video is a follow-up to our most popular video on our YouTube channel of all time, which is called Breakdown of a Hypnosis Session. In that video, if you haven't seen it, I do a hypnosis session that's abbreviated and relatively general, but from start to finish uncut, and then I added subtitles at the bottom to explain what I'm doing each stage along the way. And that video is for exercise motivation. It's a popular enough video that I've decided to make this second video along the same lines, only to cover the topic of anxiety. Anxiety is a common enough issue, and often it's at a subclinical level, so it's not something people will seek out medication or therapy for, yet it's a very prevalent issue, and this session is characteristic of a first session that I'll do for anxiety, only it's somewhat abbreviated. So usually my sessions are about 45 or 50 minutes from eyes closed to eyes open. This session I expect to do in about 20 or 30 minutes from eyes closed to eyes open so that the video doesn't keep dragging on. If you have any questions or comments, please leave your comments in the comment section below. If you enjoy this content, if you want to see more, please click subscribe. And of course, if you enjoy this content, click like. One other thing to know is that before I hypnotize anyone, I will discuss with them what I'm going to be saying in the session so that there are no surprises and so the client can give me their full informed consent. And that part we didn't film because it's more of a conversation to outline what I'm going to be saying in the session. But Nicole, if you could confirm for our viewers that I do have your consent to be hypnotizing you and for anxiety.
Yes, absolutely.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Because this session, although shortened, is representative of what I would do for anxiety in my office, at least for a first session. If you want to follow along, it gives you an idea of what a private session with me will be like. And every practitioner is different. Every hypnotherapist has a different voice, a different school of thought they come from, a different approach, and so on. But I do think I owe it to my clients to be able to show and demonstrate what they can expect before they come and do sessions with me in private. So without any further ado, let's begin. All right, Nicole, are you comfortable?
Yes.
Perfect. Whenever you're ready, just close your eyes. Then take a deep breath in. Perfect. And breathe out. With your next breath in, imagine that you can inhale relaxation right into your system, and then when your lungs are full, you're exhaling all the tension right out of your system. That's right. In every breath, you're finding more comfort, more stability, and more peace in something as constant, persistent, and ever-present as your own breathing. In doing so, you're doing what monks and yogis around the world have done for thousands of years when they sit in silence to breathe, to feel, and to be. That's right. But you don't have to be a monk or a yogi in order to find peace in every breath you breathe. Even living and working in the middle of a big city, closing your eyes to take another deep breath and to feel tension leave you is something you can do as a human being. More and more, you're experiencing your own body as a source of comfort, a source of stability, a source of relaxation. More and more, you're experiencing your body as a first-rate source of comfort and stability. More than anything you can consume, more than words spoken by others, it's your very own body that's giving you a sense that everything is okay with your world. And what you're feeling is that mind over matter for you is a very real phenomenon. Your mind isn't just subject to your body's feelings or whims or desires, and your mind can influence your body for the better. Already, that's a lived experience. Then to deepen this relaxation, I'll ask you to bring your attention up to your eyelids and let your eyelids become so soft, so loose, and so relaxed that they just don't work. Whenever you're sure that your eyelids have become so relaxed they don't work, then give them a test. Show yourself that they don't work, and when you're satisfied, just lift a finger or nod your head so I know. Thank you. Now take that softness that you caused in your eyelids and feel it spread all the way down, again showing yourself that mind over matter is a very, very real phenomenon for you. Of course, you deserve the credit for the relaxation and the softness that you're causing by exercising mind over matter. My voice, this chair, your environment are not as strong of an influence on your body as your thinking is. So from head to toe, you can feel that softness and understand that you're the cause of it. More and more, you will cause relaxation. More and more, you'll be causing less tension, less stress, less anxiety or worry, and more peace, groundedness, centeredness, calmness, and comfort. Day by day, on an ongoing basis. It's not just because I say so. It's because I'm showing you how you're seeing the same truths I'm speaking, and it's something you'll want to do. Then on the count of 3, I'll ask you to open and close your eyes, and each time you do this, let another wave spread all of the way down. When you open your eyes, you'll see my pen guide your line of sight, but there's nothing else out here that's as interesting as your inner world. And when you close your eyes again, another wave will spread all of the way down. Here we go. 1, 2, and 3. They can open. When they close, perfect. Another wave spreads all of the way down. The muscles soften more completely, more deeply, and from head to toe, you can have the satisfaction of knowing that mind over matter works for you too. And you don't have to meditate for years. You don't have to become a yogi or a monk. You can find peace in the middle of a big city, just using your mind differently. That's right. And again, 1, 2, and 3, they can open. When they close, perfect. Another wave spreads all of the way down. And you can indulge in this relaxation that you are causing. It's a very natural relaxation. A relaxation you feel by correctly perceiving that everything is okay with the world. And then a third time, 1, 2, and 3. Perfect. Then another wave spreads all of the way down. The muscles soften more deeply, more completely. And again, while my voice is like a coach on the sidelines, you're the player in the game who's learning how to play a better game of life, who's learning how mind over matter works for you too. And it works to your advantage, to comfort you, not only just to scare or stress you. More and more, causing stress or tension is fading fast behind you. You know it's something that you used to do, but now that you're being shown a better way, causing your own stress is behind you, causing your own comfort, level-headedness, and clarity of mind is the new you. At the same time that your body is relaxing, your mind is too. And to relax your mind so that it's even deeper than this, I'll ask you, in a moment to begin counting backward from the number 100. Now, the key to mental relaxation is to double the relaxation with every count. Then you'll find that before you've counted many numbers, your mind will become so soft, so loose, and so relaxed that the rest of the numbers will just fade. Your mind will be clear, due to the numbers what you did to the tension that was in your eyelids. And you'll find a nice, comfortable headspace where you don't even care what the rest of the numbers ought to be. And it's that place of not caring, not needing to know that you'll want to be. So, starting with the number 100, begin by counting down out loud, please. Perfect. Then double the relaxation that's on your mind. As you deepen it, let the numbers begin fading farther and farther. As you begin to let go, let them all go as your mind clears and calms. At any point, when they're all gone, just lift a finger so I know. Until then, keep letting go. Sometimes it's not needing to know. That's more powerful. Thank you. Then imagine this chair is in a giant plush elevator. As I take over the counting at 20, the elevator takes you deeper and deeper. 20. You're well supported as the elevator now begins to take over. 19. As you relax more deeply, you're feeling good. 18. Going deeper and deeper. 17. All the way down. 16. Feeling good. 15. Feeling comfortable. 14. As you go all the way down. 13. Deeper and deeper. 12. And 11. All the way down now. 10. Relaxing more completely. 9. As you go all the way. 8. Deeper down to 7. Deeper again down to 6. And all the way down to 5. 4. 3. 2. And then, at 1, the elevator comes to a complete stop. The doors open, and you're in a very comfortable place where here you just feel good. You feel good very naturally, very easily. In this place, it's easier to stay relaxed, even as you imagine different situations. It's easier here to imagine a better future, to believe in it. And it's easier here to accept as well as to change. And that's why you're here. For too long, you'd lived with too much stress, too much worry, too much anxiety, and too much fear. And time again, so many of those anxieties and doubts and worries and fears had the power to scare you, but had no substance at all. They were like the cardboard cutouts in haunted houses, in that they had the appearance of a threat, without any of the substance of a threat. Perhaps when you were younger, you had been afraid of, worried about, even eager to avoid those cardboard cutouts that look threatening. But at this point, they had misled you and deceived you so many times already that you're ready to say enough. They're only cardboard cutouts. They are not real ghosts. Real ghosts do not exist. Everything that looks scary is probably just another illusion. Looking back in time, you can see how seldomly your worst fears and doubts and worries were ever right. Looking back, you can see how often, how consistently your worst doubts and worries and fears misled you, deceived you. And it's because of that history you've decided you will not believe in those ghosts any longer. You'll see them as illusions. Any thought, any imagining, even feelings that come with the sense of dread or the sense of worry or anticipation is automatically suspect, is probably just another cardboard cutout with only the illusion of a threat and no real threat to back it up. Finally, you're ready to put behind you so many of those fearful, worried, doubtful thoughts. At the same time, you're ready to embrace the truth that has turned out again and again that the world is safer than your fears tell you. You are more capable and more likable than your worst fears say. And other people tend to be kinder and more like you than your doubts might suggest. And when you keep believing that the world is safer and you are better and others are better than your fears tell you, you will be right. Over and over again, you will be right. You, the world, and the people in it will continue to prove that your worst fears are wrong. There's no shame in having followed those fears in your past. It was an earlier phase in your life before anyone pointed out that fear cannot automatically be trusted, and it's usually just another cardboard cutout, not anything that is a threat to you at all. Time and time again, the only fair prediction to make is that at the end of the day, you'll be back in bed, sleeping, resting, and carrying on with your life. Time and time again, the fair prediction is that things are going to be okay. Time and time again, the only fair prediction is that you are much more like others than different. You and everyone else you interact with is human, first and foremost. Before any other identity, before any kind of power difference or hierarchy, you and everyone else you meet is human, first and foremost. And that makes you more similar to others than different. It means that you will not compare your inner world with the polished and curated outer worlds of others. If you make any comparison at all, you'll compare your carefully curated and polished outer world with the carefully curated and polished outer worlds of others, or if someone is opening up to you, you'll compare the messiness of their inner world with the messiness of yours, and then it's a fair comparison. What you'll cease to do is the unfair comparison of your inner world with everyone else's outer worlds. It helps you feel that you belong. You belong in the rooms you walk into. You belong at the places you visit. You belong at events and gatherings. You belong among others. No matter where you go, in this city or beyond, you remain your own best source of comfort, stability, positivity, even praise. It's an unspoken secret of being an adult in that you do not have to look to others for validation. Instead, you've gained authority over your own life. You know you better than literally anyone else on this planet. It makes you the world's only authority on your life. It means that you get to be your own best source of validation, praise when you do well, positivity, comfort, and stability. bring your attention to your breathing again. Because that's one thing that is very palpable that you do control, or at least that you can control, that's always there, that's dependably, faithfully, and reliably there, so that every time you want a deep breath, you'll have one. And in that deep breath, there's the oxygen to think and plan and create with. There's the oxygen to speak with, to affect those around you with your thoughts. There's the power to act upon the world with. No matter where in the world you go, no matter what else is happening, as long as you can take a breath, you have that power. And that's a matter of fact that stays true. No matter how much time passes since this session, no matter what else happens in the world that's outside your control, as long as you can take a deep breath, you have the time to figure things out, or speak another word, or take another action. Every breath continues to center you, focus you, relax you. Every breath continues to ground you in the fact that everything is okay with your world. And then, let's begin to make fairer predictions about your future, to replace any recent worries or doubts or fears you'd had. One fair prediction is the world is safer than your worst fears tell you. So at the same time that you recognize fearful thoughts as the cardboard cutouts in haunted houses, you accept that most likely you'll live past 80. You'll achieve the goals you put your mind to. Most likely, you'll be all right. At the same time, when you meet other people, when you interact with others, when you carry out responsibilities or obligations, you'll find again and again that you are more capable than your fears tell you. Your fears have severely underestimated you, and you are more capable than your fears tell you. You're also more likable than your fears tell you, too. Those who are unlikable tend never to worry what other people think of them. And if you tend to think about what other people might think of you, you're probably on the likable side of humanity. So, perhaps today will be the last time you think or concern yourself so much with that, and it can be settled that you're capable and likable. Looking forward, you can also predict that others will receive you better than your fears tell you. In whatever endeavors that you're looking forward to, it's fair to predict that others are going to be relatively kind, polite. Even if you make mistakes, they'll be compassionate and understanding, because that prediction tends to come true over and over again. Even if it doesn't happen every time, it's the only fair prediction to make. So, looking forward, you can anticipate that at the next social event or events that you'll be attending, you will be received well. If you like, you can also see how these new perspectives might play out in your life. You know you much better than I do, so I'll give you a few moments to take these fairer, more likely predictions and put them into your upcoming days or weeks. Even as I continue to speak, even after the session's over, you might find that your imagination and your thinking continue along these lines. Looking forward to the future, it's fair to predict that your health will continue to be good. It's fair to predict that your immune system will keep fighting off colds or anything else that you might be faced with. It's fair to predict as well that you'll heal from any injury or burn or scrape that you might get as you have your entire life. It's fair to look forward and predict that you'll be capable at your job, you'll be capable socially, you'll be capable doing any tasks or fulfilling any responsibilities you have. It's fair also to trust that most people, the average person, can be trusted and is more like you than different. That's a message too often understated in a world where so many look for differences. You'll look for commonalities, you'll look for similarities, and you'll see how human beings are much more similar than different. It's much like how a Chihuahua and a Great Dane have much more in common than they have differences, despite outward appearances. More and more, you'll give appreciation to yourself, the world you live in, and the people in it, because there is much to appreciate when you know where to look. Throughout this process, my voice has been a guide, but all I can do from my chair is to point out truths you'd overlooked, give you some instructions, and have confidence that you can take everything I've said and make it yours, make it real. Let it all sink in with all of your heart, with all of your mind, with every cell that's in your body. Accept, embrace the new you. And then, as I count up from 1 to 5, slowly bring all of your attention outward. Slowly feel energy return with every count up, and let every part of you, mind, heart, and body, all unite to help you and support you in all of today's perspectives. 1. Become aware of each breath still, dependably, faithfully, constantly, making sure that you have enough to think with, to act with, and to speak with. 2. And then bring your attention to where you are, perhaps the temperature of the air on your skin, perhaps light coming through your closed eyelids, or sounds outside of my voice. 3. You are emerging with a different perspective on yourself, the world, and the people in it. None of this is fantasy. We've cleared your lens. You can see the world more plainly, more clearly now, as much, much better than your fears had told you. This is a truth that you can become comfortable with. It's a truth that you can fully accept and realize as your new normal. 4. And then, from the bottoms of your feet going all of the way up to the top of your head, you can feel a wave of energy return so that you're ready to be back in this world, back in this room, back in your life, refreshed and relaxed with a much better outlook on your future. And 5, in all the time that you need to accept and embrace today's perspectives and be in this world at the same time, then let your eyes open and return fully back to the room. How do you feel?
I feel great. great. I'm very relaxed.
Fantastic.
I almost didn't want to like come back because it was
Well,
so relaxing.
one of the good things about a recording is that this is going to be on YouTube, and it is something you can revisit as often as you want to, whenever you need to. I hope this session was informative to you. One other way you can use this video, in addition to having seen this session with subtitles, is to actually close your eyes, recline, and follow my instructions the next time that you go through this video. Thank you for joining me for this second breakdown video. In the future, especially if I receive some comments, some likes, some more subscriptions, you can expect other breakdown videos where I explain what I'm doing in subtitles as I'm doing it. My mission or my purpose in this practice is to make hypnosis make sense. So if you subscribe to this content, click like, leave comments, you can expect more content that will help to elucidate hypnosis for you. Again, it's Luke Chow from the Morpheus Clinic for Hypnosis in Toronto, Canada, where we make hypnosis make sense.